Okay, so if you're following the news, some protesters tried to block Donald Trump's rally in Arizona. Way to go, Arizona. I wish the rest of the world would think more like them. You know, and then on top of that, when Trump got to Arizona and they had the rally, one of the protesters was kicked and punched as he was escorted out by the police. And Trump swears up and down that, there's nobody, there's no violence at his rallies, even though we all know there is. There was 4 kids who went to his rally for college credit, and they were escorted out and removed from campus, where they pay room and board, they pay for their meal plans, they pay for their tuition, and they're escorted off campus because Trump said so. They didn't do anything. They were just escorted off. Several people of color have tried to go to Trump rallies. And I feel like if you're not speaking on his behalf positively, you're not getting in there. I'm trying to figure out what scenario could that Hispanic woman and those two women of color who are considered black, how they got to the podium unless they were escorted by security, because those protesters are like piranhas. Do you think that Trump takes requests? Because if he wins, I don't want to go to Africa. I want to go to Germany. Always want to go to Germany. And, maybe I could be hey, President Snow. President Snow. I feel like he would be President Snow. But, President Trump, do you think I can go to Germany instead of Africa? I'm not a fan of the heat. I love the German culture. My biological mother's family, comes from Germany, so I'm sure I have some relatives out there. I don't know, this primary and these votes, these votes matter. My friend pointed out that it's gotten to the point where we don't care who gets voted for, so long as it's not Trump. Because I feel like this would be, a horrible 4 years or 8 years if people re-elect him. And it seems as though if you don't agree with Trump and his policies, you are either lazy, illegal, or living off the government. I don't live off the government. I actually owe them money, and I'm trying to pay this back because I'm in college. I'm not illegal. I have a New York State birth certificate. I was born here, raised here, and I'm not lazy. I work. I'm just not stupid. And I say that I'm not stupid because I've seen a lot of Trump supporters. They don't really know. They don't seem to know what's going on. They just know what he's talking about. They seem to think they know what he's talking about. I watched one of his rallies, and he was pretty much just reciting the same thing over again. We're gonna make America great again. We're gonna build a wall. We're gonna we're gonna remove all the illegal immigrants. It's not easy getting here. It's not so easy getting here. Because the border is pretty well protected. I feel like people who are illegal here once were legal to be here, and their visas just ran out. And do you know how hard it is to get that thing renewed? It's a really hard process. Oh, well, he's gonna stop taxing the middle class, and he's gonna fix our economy. We don't need a president. We need a businessman. No, I don't think we need a president, to be honest. I feel like this country was governed by the people. A council for the people, and we all talk, all the representatives talked, and we did what was best for the country. It'd be better. But unfortunately, that's not the way we have it. We have a president that we have to vote for every 4 years. We don't need a businessman. We don't need a businessman in office. And with Trump's temperament, I fear the worst for this country. The military, I don't remember who it was, but one of the men who have like, a big say in the military. I wish I knew his name. He even said that if Trump becomes president, there's a very good chance that, they're not going to listen to his orders. And someone asked him about that, and he said, oh, that's not going to happen. They're going to do what I say. What if they don't? What are you going to do? I just don't get it. And I know for a fact that if Trump becomes president, we're going to lose a lot of allies. So if we go to war, we're fucked. And people keep saying, oh, well, my vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. I used to think like that until I realized, just because I feel like it doesn't count doesn't mean that, it doesn't count. Just because you think your vote doesn't count doesn't mean you shouldn't go up to go vote anyway. It's one day out of your life. You vote. And you keep the Oompa Loompa out of office. And I call him Oompa Loompa because that man's spray tan has him looking so orange. He could possibly work in Charlie's Chocolate Factory. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm all gun-ho for Sanders. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know politics. I'm 18 years old. Economics, I didn't take an actual economics class. I ended up taking a half-assed economics class at the high school I went to. So I'm not very well versed in, policies and I don't know who the hell touched that. I'm not well versed in policies. So, I'm not going to sit here and act like I am. However, I think Sanders might have something. Something is telling me that he has something. Cruz, not crazy about him, and it's not because of the whole Zodiac killer thing. Hillary, we don't need any more Clintons in the office. Although I think Bill Clinton did a good job. I don't know about her. I just don't know about her. Hell no to Trump. And if you think that I'm crazy because of it, then, that's your opinion. I think Sanders is the only candidate that I'm comfortable voting for. But the way it's looking is that it might be between Trump and Hillary. In which case, I know who I'm going for. I know who I registered for. I'm not going to go through all of that. And you guys pretty much know who I'm going to vote for because I just said I wasn't voting for Trump. I'll be right back. And yeah, I'll be right back.